good thing, by the time I'm getting to campus, I knew myself. I had gotten, remember I wasn't very good even in academics when I was starting in Form 1, Form 2. But by the time I got to Form 4, I was good. Nilikuwa najua my craft. I understood myself. How I study, how I understand things. So when I got to campus, sikuwa na pressure. Nilijua mimi I learn like this, like this, like this. So watu wakianza kuamka 4 a.m. kusoma anatomy, me I was sleeping, me I was doing my own things. Because I knew at that time I understood because I had tried in high school. Nilikuwa nishatry hizo mambo za kurauka, kwenda kusoma 4 a.m. then una those class. Yeah, so nikajua that's not my thing. So I could survive on reading the way I knew. So I had time to do my things. Yeah, na huko ndio nikaanza ndoto ya utangazaji.
Hapo ndio ukafungua hadi radio station.
Yeah. It was called the health show. Actually, now let's talk about this DAQO thing. Huh? So when I was in high school, I was in academic clubs. Actually, I was just in the maths club. These academic clubs zingine hazikuwa zina make sense. There was just the maths club ya kupeleka my contest. I couldn't do these other drama things, these other sports. I wasn't that good. And I didn't have the time. But the only other thing I was in was journalism. I was in the journalism club. I was really drawn to. I liked it. I liked the reading of the news, the writing of the magazine. I had like my article would always appear in the annual magazine because I was part of the club and I would write something. So yeah, that's where it started. So when I got to med school, was there a journalism club? I don't know, but there was a media. There's the guys who study media. Now they had a radio station. And how I joined this, it started with a med school event. We were calling it Musomsa, the student organization of Maseno University. So we had an event, just a get together, mnakaa nini. So tukakuwa hapo and there was no MC. Si mimi nikasema, guys, niaje hakuna MC. I picked up the mic and I MC'd. And it was amazing. Everybody loved it. The event was a big success. And it was all because the MC was very entertaining and was very engaging of people. And people were like, wow, you actually have a talent. You act. You can do this, you can do that. I was like, let me actually think about it. And I thought of a health show. And I went to the media school and they had their radio program on Equator FM. And I asked them if I can do a health show. Yeah, they gave me a space. I used to do 30 minutes every Sunday. Naita wase. Yeah, na ilikuwa naita wase wa Daro. Na maybe the guys ahead of us. Nasema leo acha tuongelee diabetes. Unajua sasa hiyo mko first year, second year, third year. You don't really know much. But ile kidogo mmesoma kwa books, mnaenda hapo tunafunza community about diabetes. Tuna play some music. It was fun. And like it was just a fun thing to do. So yeah, that's where I started. Yeah. Tukafanya hiyo for a year. No, I think just 2 semesters. Then we moved to the city campus. Now medicine is still medicine anyway. You want to do what you want to do, but medicine bado ni medicine. Nikafanya politics kidogo, was elected as a Congress member. Tena nikakuwa what? Sports representative. But hizo vitu zikanibo by the time I'm 50. Like I'm too old for these students things. Yeah, but now, after 50, I wasn't so busy. 50, unajua, we are doing the dentistry, the ophthalmology, the anesthesia, the small rotations, yeah? So, we have time. Tunachezanga tu FIFA pale. And I had this idea. I remember it was inspired by the Groove Awards. You know the Groove Awards?
Yes, I do.
Do you remember Groove Awards? This is 2018. Yeah, Groove Awards ile ilikuanga pale KICC. Kina Bahati na kina Willy Paul wanapewa ma-awards. Yes. Mazee nikaangalia hizo awards. Nikaona say wanapewa ma-awards. Ni musicians too. Okay, no insults, but yeah, like they're just singing, they're entertaining. and they're getting awards. And this time, me, I'm in clinical practice. Mazee pale tumepatana na madaktari. Remember I told you me I didn't know what doctors are. Mazee
Yeah.
sasa nimewapata pale. The people who've been teaching us huko anatomy. Kumbe wakifika huku kwa clinical, mazee ni wanyama. Yeah, they are.
Eh, yeah.
Mazee,
Yeah.
these people are so inspiring. Kulikuwanga na physician fulani alikuwa anaitwa HP War. HP War mazee was such a deadly physician. Yani unajua sasa Kisumu, the good thing with Kisumu and Jaramogi, that's why Maseno students tunakuanga hapa. Mazee huko kuna madisease. Doc.
Yes.
Practice in Kisumu.
No.
Mazee huko kuna maugonjwa. Hata
Eh.
there was some doctor consultant who was telling me he's only seen one case of GBS, Guillain-Barre. Bana Kisumu tulikuwa naona Guillain-Barre almost every other month.
Really? Never did you
GBS, like, we didn't even know it was that rare because sisi tunaziona. Like they are there. Like hizi makaposi sarcoma. I think since I started practicing in Nairobi, I think I've only seen one patient with kaposi. Kisumu kila kaposi. At the CA cervix. There was a patient with this one I never actually there were two. I'll tell you two stories about two physicians. There was one patient who had you know this hii ugonjwa inaitwaje hii ya acetylcholinesterase iko chini, then you are unable to open your eyes, unakuwa na ptosis weakness, myasthenia gravis. So there was this patient in the ward, amekaa ward residents hawajui, hospital physicians mazee wametry, diagnosis just not forthcoming. HP War used to lecture in Uzima, so they would come once. So akakuja one day and the student presented. The guy just said, you see this guy has ptosis, the eyes are like this, and he's weak, his extremities are weak, he has myasthenia gravis. Mimi hata sijawahi sikia hatujawahi sikia myasthenia gravis. And he said, give physiostigmine this much. I think it was 60, it was 60 mgs. The next day, the guy is walking, talking, ako sawa. Like, it's like a miracle. The guy couldn't walk. He couldn't get out of bed. He couldn't even open his eyes. Unaona? Aya, wacha huyo. Sa, there was Dr. Ojo. Unajua hii ugonjwa inaitwa Chag-Strauss. Do you know? Chag-Strauss. Exactly. Mimi hizo vitu nilikuwa nawatch kwa Dr. House. Basi patients sijui kidneys ziko na issues, lungs ziko na issues. Akakuja Dr. Ojo. So hata unajua ile yani mmekosa diagnosis. No way the way physicians wanakosa diagnosis. Treat as TB. Wakamwonyesha anti-TBs. Yeah, wakamwonyesha anti-TBs. Doctor akakuja akasikiza history akaangalia akasema hii TB gani? This is Chag-Strauss. Do this. And the guy got better.
What?
So this is my fourth year. These are the things I'm seeing when I'm in fourth year. And by the time I'm in fifth year, I'm like, no, these people are doing things that are so amazing.
Yeah.
Like vitu kubwa and nobody knows. Ojo hata anapita tuko kwa streets, mama anauza nyanya anaweza hata mtusi, unaona? Like you don't know who you're talking to. These are a genius. Unaona? So when I saw artists being awarded and receiving those awards, I was like, I think doctors also do such amazing work and they also need to be awarded. They also need to be awarded. So yeah, I had that idea. And the only question was how? I was like, okay, I want to do it. I think it's something that I can do. I think it's a gap that needs to be filled. I even looked it up. There were no awards like for doctors. I'd see some pop-ups, things that had been tried that failed. It's like, no, this needs to be addressed. This needs to be addressed. And then I started talking to my consultants, asking them what they think. Okay, I didn't ask them about those awards, but I was just, ile chini tu unachimba chimba, and then there was always the story of doctors are not allowed to advertise. Doctors are not allowed to self praise. Doctor, you cannot compare doctors, things like that. I was like, those things don't really make sense. Why not? As in, why not? I know, if this doctor has done this and other doctors are not doing it, come on, he he deserves to be at least recognized. And then I saw other countries, first world countries, do it. They
Yeah.
recognize their mistakes. Yeah, they do.
Mhm.
So I had that idea, but the only question was how do we go about it? How do we choose who to award? Yeah, nikakuwa nikizungumkuti for some time. When one day
Mhm.
tu nacheza tu FIFA pale na boys wangu Onunga,
Mhm.
akaniambia unajua siku hizi unaweza tengeneza tu website.
Ehe.
These were the days when blogging was a thing. You remember, sijui kama unakumbuka wale sijui kina Hubs, sijui Steve Biko, guys used to write blogs, very interesting stories, yeah? Yeah. So siku hizi unaweza tengeneza tu website yako na unaenda now like that's it. I need a website for doctors. I just got a eureka moment. I need a website for doctors.
Yeah.
Siku sleki mazee, nikatafuta boys wangu wa IT pale anaitwa Reina. Nikaambia Reina, aya mtu wangu, mimi nataka website unitengenezee, nataka kuandika about doctors. I just decided I'll start by writing about the interesting guys, the outstanding people who are doing amazing things. I'll start by those ones.
Yeah.
Akanitengenezea website pale, nikaita thedoctor.co.ke. That was the
Ehe.
website.
Ehe.
Yeah. Akaniundia pale, nikalipia domain nini. I was a student too. And I started writing. The first thing I wrote about was our graduating class. I remember very well. It was our pioneer class, the first class from Maseno to graduate. That was the first thing I wrote about. I
Yeah.
wrote when you were struggle. There was a time we didn't even have lecturers in Maseno. We went on a boycott. Kasema no lecturers, no classes. We boycotted classes for a whole month, led by those guys. So when they graduated, it was a big deal. I wrote about it on the Nini. I shared with my lecturers. I shared with the whole school. Everybody loved it. So next, I was like, okay, I know that was my premiere, but my target is the doctors. I went
Yeah.
to Dr. Omoto. Dr. Omoto is a gynecologist, and he was our associate dean and lecturer. Nikaenda kwake nikamshow, doc, I've written about this. I have this website, and I think I would also like to write about you. And it was like, write about me. What do you mean, write about me? What? This has never happened. Write about me. I mean, what do I have to say that is very interesting? No, people don't know how interesting their stories are until you actually bring it out. So I convinced him. He agreed. I went with my simu. Nilikuwa na simu gani hiyo time? Nilikuwa na Techno Boom. Nikaenda nayo
Ehe.
hapo nikafinya record audio, tukapiga story story tu, nikauza tu mzae, we ulizaliwa aje, niambie from where you were born, how it went. He told me the story of how he was inspired to be a guy, and I still remember it to date. He said alishangaa sana akiwa mtoi that a mother to a baby died, and then a sister to the mother came and they started breastfeeding the baby and milk came out and huyu hakuwa amezaa. And that really fascinated him, and he was like, wow, I wanna do medicine, I wanna be a gynecologist. So very interesting story. I listened to the story. I went kakaa chini nikaiandika in conversation style, filtering the junk, coming up with a very articulate, nice story. Ika flow. Kisumu went crazy, mazi. Yeah. The whole Kisumu. Nilikuwa
Yeah.
celeb.
Ehe.
Kisumu walipenda ni aje. It's like I shared it. Once I published it, I wrote it, then I published, and then I shared with my class. They shared with the other, they shared with among all doctors, and everybody read the story. I think it had over 10,000 clicks. Just it was my first story. So from there, like I wrote about other doctors. I blogged, and things. That was fifth year. And fifth year
Yeah.
was easy. See, nikafika sixth year pale maze. Maze, medicine ikanikumbusha we kijana, come slowly. Umesema hapa wewe ndio una blog
Ehe.
yeah, so ikabidi nimerudi class kidogo. It went down. I tried to get people to help me write. I would write once in a while, but the momentum wasn't just there because classwork was a lot. Yeah, nikaenda internship. even worse, yeah. Oh, actually, COVID happened. COVID happened before we went to internship. So with COVID, you can't really do much.
Yeah.
Yeah, then lakini ningejua hiyo time ndo ningeanza TikTok. Because hiyo ndo time TikTok ilianza. But yeah, sindio? Yeah. So I was depressed juu ya COVID anyway. So tukaachana na hiyo. Went to internship. I tried. Now I still have in my head that the reason I was doing all this thing is to actually have awards. It does not end at writing about doctors.
Yeah.
That is not the goal. Writing is just a background, but we need to actually recognize them in a way that actually matters. So I tried to organize, nikatafuta sijui med reps. Hadi kuna time nilikuwa nimetafuta venue because now when I go to internships, the same story. Unaenda huku unapata, I found Dr. Gatura, the surgeon. Yeah, Dr. Gatura was a legend. Alikuwa legend. Hiyo mtaa. It's called Makindu. I don't know if you Makindu kwa Mombasa Highway ukienda in Makueni County ukienda Mombasa. He was a legend. Yani walikuwa wanasema Gatura amesema Gatura like, and his surgeries were good. He had his own techniques of doing things. He had opened a whole hospital for those people. They was affordable. People were doing. I was like, these are the people I'm talking about. These are the people that need to be. And I was like, okay, even if I could just award this one guy, if I could just present an award to this one doctor, it would be a starting point. I tried. Tukapata venue nini, nikafikiria maizi budget hii sina maze, sitaweza. Nikasema let it be. I have tried. Tukapostpone dream, nikakuja sasa hata so my website died because I didn't pay for a domain name for I think one. Nikatry kuirevive, but so unairevive and you're not actually active, so it died down, ikapotea hivyo. But it was the basis of all this. So nikamaliza internship, nikaanza kulocum, nikawa nimesahau hizi vitu. But then 2024 after I did my plabs, plabs?
Plabs ni nini?
Plabs ni exams za kwenda UK. Hizo zilikuwa zimenieka stress for some time since I finished 2022, 23. By 2024, I was done. I was like, woof, I can now rest. When I was done, I was like, now, let us go back to what we want to do. Locum sahiyo nimeunda kado, sina njaa sana ya locum. I can at least pay for a studio, I was like, all right, let's do Daktari a quick one. And right at that time ni podcast ndo zilikuwa ziko fashion, nikasema okay, mambo ya website na writing hiyo imepitwa na wakati, weka kando. Now let's look for the camera and we talk, and there was born Daktari a quick one.
Hey, what up? This is your boy. My name is Dr. Nyadimu, and we're kicking off this podcast. Whether we lick me or we get me, we're starting this shit. We're gonna do it. We're gonna be live. We're gonna be sitting on this bench. We're gonna be having the official podcast. It's gonna be called Daktari, a quick one. And yeah, we're gonna be hosting doctors here talking about quick ones that we come across and also big ones, okay? So it's gonna be amazing, it's gonna be awesome. Stay tuned, we're gonna just start it. So we're gonna get bigger and better as time goes by. Trust you me, in for a treat. Kama unapenda madaktari, kama ni daktari, kama unataka kuwa daktari, this is the place. Especially kama you're a Kenyan doctor, this is the place. This is the channel for you. This is a podcast for you. I talk about everything. I'm gonna tell you right from med school what you need, what you go through, what we went through, what we are going through, what the future is for us. And I can tell you in Kenya, it's not looking so good. We're gonna talk to guys, see what their expectations are, plans are, if you're taking a boom, how are they gonna handle it. And of course, it's me, it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be jokes, it's gonna be teasing, it's gonna be mocking, and we're gonna have lots of fun. So buckle up and let's do this. Adios, see you there.
I love that.
And
That's
here
a
we
very
are.
good story, eh? So where did that
Indeed.
name come? Because it's a very unique name, Daktari.
It is.
It is very.
Yeah, it is. You like it?
Yes, I do. It's very distinct.
No, let me tell you. Daktari ya quick one ilitoka wapi? I knew I want to do it. I had decided, okay, I want to start a podcast. And I even have a video, actually, it's on TikTok, of how the name came about. I was just sitting with my significant other at the time. Hey, I was like, we should get a name. Ukatry kubrainstorm, haikuwa inakuja tu, hazikuwa zina slap, unajua. And then one day she's telling me a story. She was doing her internship at the time. So she's telling me a story of how somebody called her and told her, hey, Daktari, a quick one, can I ask you this? And there I was. Poof, that's it. And because I could relate, Daktari, a quick one. I've had that statement. People have asked me, Daktari, a quick one, and then they ask you something. And I knew that most doctors, most medics have encountered that. And nilisikia tu hivyo, because when you're choosing a name, people will tell you they'll tell you need to try Kenyanize it, eka Kiswahili kidogo, mix with English, you know. So I was looking for such a thing, and Daktari, a quick one. And it came. And yeah, nikasema, bas, that's it. My first guest was supposed to be an intern who, when we were doing a surgery, we were just talking, she told me, mimi internship namaliza niende kufanya vitu zangu. I do not want to practice because I'm seeing the frustrations here. I was like, okay, I get it, but very interesting story. I'm starting a podcast, you should come. Akaogopa, hakukuja. But then, yeah, hakukuja. I was just to do it in the house. Nikaenda, I should go check my first videos with Dr. Lavender. Dr. Lavender is my colleague. Very talkative chick. Tukaenda tukakaa na Lavender. Tukapiga story about just medicine. And it was all I wanted it to be. And yeah, I continued. And then the dream of DAQO still there. So we did DAQO this year. I want to talk about what we are doing at Daktari Quick-One. And at Daktari Quick-One, we are looking to recognize medics who are outstanding in society. Medics, by medics, we mean doctors, we mean nurses, we mean pharmacists, dentists, clinical officers, anyone in the medical field, be it they're doing an amazing job at what they do. And for example, we're doing very great surgeries or many surgeries or, record-breaking surgeries. We want to recognize them, be it they're a physician who are just, changing lives of patients at a time, managing their patients so well. Be it they're on social media doing public education and doing it well. Like I see guys here educating people, kina urologist one, kina wellness, they're doing a good job. Be it that they're leaders in their field, be it that they've, been medical attendants or something, and they've just grown a small facility into something big, be it that they're doing entrepreneurship in medicine, employing other people, creating job opportunities, investing even in things outside medicine and doing it well. Be it they're leaders in the political field. I'm talking about the likes of Miss Keller, the likes of Davji, the likes of Dr. Oluka Uma, who have just done tremendous things for the industry. Be it, I see the guy here, the clinical officer who likes promoting his brand, his hospital. It's called something. Forget that is somewhere. But yeah, we want to recognize all those people and, just give them their flowers and tell them you're doing an amazing job. So we are doing this launch. We have this website that we created at Daktari, a quick one. And you can look at it at the bio. Just go there and, make a nomination. Nominate someone, a medic, who you think has influenced or made a change or just done something amazing. The categories are there. You'll be able to see them all and just pick one, give us your reason for nomination and submit. It's free
totally free, takes a very short time. And let's nominate all these people so that come December, when we're celebrating other people in other industries, when we're celebrating musicians of the year, actors of the year, giving all these awards to them, we also recognize medics who actually save our lives, who actually make, us be here. A midwife who's been delivering babies since 1970 before they retire. Let us recognize them. Lifetime award, these people who have taught, these professors who have gone out of their way and done tremendous things. Humanitarian awards, these guys who just volunteer all their resources to just help the human race, the population. Let us recognize them. Research, somebody who does an outstanding research, let us recognize them and present a trophy and award and say, for all your effort, for all your hard work, we see you. Daktari, a quick one. I need your support. I need you guys to go there and nominate people. At the same time, you're looking for partners because these awards might cost something. At the end of the day, those crystal glasses that we're going to be giving these people, they should cost something. These vouchers, tips will bring, they will cost something. I'm going to go big pharma, hospitals out there. If we want, to recognize our people, so go ahead, holla at me. But most importantly, nominate someone. And then when voting begins in October, we'll vote them in. And then in December, the 12th of December, we have a party, a come together as medics and as people in this field. And we just say, Shukran, na so and so, Shukran, such and such, clinical officer, Daktari, thank you, see you. Here's an award for you. Put it on somewhere. Weka kwa wall, put it in your office. Top Daktari Awards. Let me know what you think and nominate someone.
Yes, I know. I remember you invited me at a sikumbuke. I don't even remember where. Paul, I'm sorry. I will come next time.
DAQO Awards 2025 souvenir is right here. Yeah. So, but this is just the first. So we are already, actually, I'm supposed to get into another meeting because we are already planning for the 2026 one. All right. We're already planning for it. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be better. And then the 2027 one will be even bigger and better. Sasa ya 2045 ndo 2045. Hiyo itakuwa ni legend.
Nayo itakuwa ni legendary. But by then, utakuambia watu wa carry on your dream.
I want to be dead. 2045.
Dead, not because you'll be dead, but because, lazima pia watu carry on your dream.
Yeah. People need to carry it on. So yeah, it's a dream I've had for long, and I'm hoping that it becomes an annual thing where even the K's wellness, Nini, for all the good thing you're doing, usifanye tu and then you forget about it. Ukienda kwa nyumba, you have nothing to, remind you that what you're doing makes a difference. At least when we give, hata niko na trophies hapa, sijui kama zinaonekana. You see those trophies there? Those ones from DAQO, hiyo ni some of the colleagues who didn't pick up. I'm supposed to send them to them, but mtu wangu, life is busy. But yeah, ziko, and they're supposed to go to the rightful owners. Hiyo ni ya Madhari Hospital. They were the mental health hospital of the year. Na ya Healthwise. Healthwise is that guy on TikTok who likes demystifying.
I know that.
Yes. That guy is the one who won health social media doctor of the year. So hakukuja. I think he had a msiba during the day of the event. So I'm supposed to send it to him. Lakini uzembe nayo. Yeah.
So let me ask you something, because I've picked up a lot of things from you today.
Nimeona tu ukiandika notes, nashangaa unaandika.
Unashangaa ninaandika nini? I've picked up the way you're diverse, you're resilient, you're disciplined, you're self-aware, you're self-driven, you're futuristic. Ukichapa tu story. How are you balancing being the storyteller? Because I think interviewing all these doctors, because as doctors and healthcare workers, we come to your space, tunakuchapia tu ma stories zetu and what we've been through and all that. I'm wondering, is there a point where like you pick a story and it goes with you, kidogo ulie, sijui ucheke, it becomes an emotional part of you? how do you manage these multiple identities? Because uko daktari, I'm not sure. I don't know if you've started your residency or not yet. You
I
can
have.
tell us
I
about
have.
that and if you want. Oh, nice. How is that going on for you, managing all those multiple identities? Na unajua karibuni you are bound to find plus one, bring you plus twos and threes, So how are you handling it?
How am I handling it? Good thing is I good that I appear as though I am handling. But you can just see this. If you kiangalia huku mbele, it's a mess. But I'm doing my residency, and residency, as we all know, is tough. But nilikwambia nilienda Nyang'ori.
Yes.
Na nikakwambia slogan yetu Nyang'ori ilikuwa mazee, ukisurvive Nyang'ori, there is nothing you can't do. There is no place you will not survive. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot because I'm doing my residency. I still locum because food has to be on the table, maze. Yeah, and I still have to do the awards show. I still have to host people, keep the brand going. It's not easy, but you just prioritize. I prioritize and try and squeeze. And also the other thing is to be able to know how to stay around people. I think the reason I'm able to do what I do is because I have colleagues who I can tell a colleague, Doc, I am stepping out. I'm going to record a podcast for 2 hours. Siaki unishikie hii station tu. That is my residence. Si unishikie hapa for 2 hours. I'll just dash and I'll be back. In case of anything, just please handle it for me, but I'll be back. And then when I'm free, I'll pay you back. And that always works. Because, there'll always be understanding.
Yeah.
Also, you have to be flexible. It's doctors. What I've learned that doctors and medics do not have an initial schedule. Ati nitafanya hii hadi hii, nitafanya hii hadi hii. They'll always things will come up, especially people who are practicing. Things will come up. Like daktari atakwambia, I'm only free between 4 and 5 on
Yeah.
Friday. So
Yeah.
try make that work. So you have to be flexible. So you have to work with your colleagues. About the identities, the stories I hear, I won't lie, it gets exhausting. If you realize, sometimes I go on a high and I do like 5, 6 shows. And then nafikanga point, no, I'm not in the mood. I am not in the mood. I do not have the energy to listen to another person for now. Wacha ni rest. I go, I rest, I gather more data, I talk to other people outside, I listen, and then I'm re-energized and I really want to do another show. At Kanga point, if I don't do it for a long time, unajua, it's like it becomes an addiction.
Yeah.
Actually, if I don't do a podcast for some time, I always feel some type of way. I feel like siko sawa. I'm not okay. So it's also it's a way for me to actually release some of the stresses. And I like listening to stories. So I enjoy it. Actually learn a lot. The things I've learned.
Yes.
Where's my show? From the
Yeah.
likes of you. Where we at I even said, a friend of mine actually, I've talked about him. The guy is called Reina, my friend from high school. The guy hata mwenye I was nilikuwa na try kuorganize na yeye a different laptop is my neighbor here. I sent him to you as a patient because of what you taught me on the podcast. You said this gastritis, H. pylori things, these things, you don't have to be on medication forever. And from your story, I listened to him like, actually, there is a doctor who's gone through what you're going through. Haezi kunywa pombe. And I remember Dr. Jackie told me she can't take even alcohol. She couldn't at some point, but then when she embraced the lifestyle, the integrated medicine, and she followed the routine, she's now okay. I told her, go see this guy. So I learned a lot from that, not just medicine, but even life. Like, people will tell you, like Dr. Stanley Ariaru, there's a quote of his, he said on the podcast that always motivates me. Like I can do everything. He said, you're a doctor. When you got that A in everything, it meant you can do anything you want.
I
So
love
why
that.
would you restrict yourself now to medicine? I wouldn't have had that if I wasn't doing the podcast. And that is what makes me so daring. Like DAQO Awards, everybody is skeptical, must sponsor. Kwa vile who are you? What do you think you can do this? It's from nowhere, it's never been done. But I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I actually do because of the motivation that I've had people say that these things can be done. So I go
Yeah.
ahead and do it. So
Mm,
it's actually my therapy as well.
I love that because
Mm,
I have actually severally told Eugene and
mm,
Marketer that sometimes you do it and at some point you just you don't want to do it. You just want a
yeah.
break.
Mm,
You want to
mhm,
chill, sort of regather yourself and recuperate. And
mhm,
the stories people tell you, because now interestingly on this platform, it's not limited from to now the healthcare workers.
yeah.
Let me tell you, you appreciate life. Because like your
Yeah.
story made me appreciate my story and my journey because
Yeah.
well, at least let me just say ni kama nilikuwa mtoto wa blue band kidogo. I did experience life to
Mm,
that level. So it makes me
mm,
appreciate where I am and my life today with my own struggles. And not
yeah.
people. They was actually thinking about something. I've noticed I've stopped complaining a lot. Because,
Mm,
and things is because of this podcast. Because every time I have a show, I'm like, oh my God, you went through that. How did you
yeah.
survive? How did you go
Mm,
through it? Like I still
mm.
remain with questions I want to ask later on in my mind. So that is a beautiful journey you've had. And when you think about your career and eventually when it comes to full circle, as we are coming to a close, how would you want people to remember you?
Huh, how would I want? I would like that when I'm dead, Ama.
No, when your career comes to full circle, tunajua
Oh,
Nyadimu, cast imeshika, wewe hata sijajua una specialize in what you've specialized, you finished, unaitwa kufanya nini, you've pandered the ladder. So how do you
yeah.
like
So for my career, I've known for a very long time that I want to be a surgeon. I mean, this is I know most people want to be surgeons from when they start med school, but I've held on to mine because even when I started med school, mimi tukianza hivi anatomy lab, watu walikuwa wanakuja wamesoma ile ilikuwa inaitwaje ile ya dissection cha uresha zama ilikuwa inaitwa nini? There was a dissection guy. Anatomy. Watu walikuwa wanakuja wameisoma, wameiva
yeah,
last na Grey's Anatomy ziko kwa fingertips. They can tell you the innervation of all the muscles. They can describe them. But I
yeah,
would be the one dissecting the things that I don't know. So I'll be the one who's following that sartorius from origin to insertion. I'll follow
yeah,
that sciatic nerve kwanzia palinenda. So I don't know this is a sciatic nerve, but as I'm dissecting, these guys are telling me, oh, that's the sciatic. So they're in the books and I'm on the table and I'm cutting. So I've always enjoyed that part of medicine, practical. I'm very hands-on. So I'm doing surgery under COSEXA. And so COSEXA, first of all, first 2 years is just MCS. You can sub-specialize after 3. And I'm looking forward to bones. I'm looking forward to orthopedics. Though I
okay,
am, though najiita what is called a stagioblast. So as a stagioblast, I can
yeah.
still be any surgeon I want. So not cast on stone, but yeah, I'm in surgery. So you asked when my career ends, what do I want to be remembered as? I want to be remembered as a good surgeon. I look forward to also winning DAQO Award Surgeon of the Year.
Ah,
One day. Hata mimi nipewe Surgeon of the Year one day. So I think that would be a good memory. But I think in my general life, if people could remember me as the person who pioneered proper recognition of medics and doctors, that would be amazing. Sisemi muite the Nyadimu Award nikisha kufa, but yeah.
look at you. From your mouth to God's ears. Imefika.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
And,
So I know you told so many doctor stories, and today we had yours. So if there's a young medical doctor or student somewhere in Kenya who is listening right now and they are feeling overwhelmed by the journey ahead, what would you say to them?
a luta continua. A luta continua. I mean, if you're already in med school, Maze, you're there, Maze, hang on. Okay? Hang on, make sure you go the full house. The career might not be in a very good place at the moment, but I can say, as a person who is fully invested into the lives of doctors and the betterment of doctors, that we are going to make it better. So if you're a young medic or if you're looking to just join med school, we, the young doctors, the current generation of young doctors that are coming up, we are going to make it better. We're going to make it better. So it might look dim now, but we will take it back to the glory days. In the near future, it won't still be at yo madaktari wana kazi or usifanye medicine because you know there'll be long hours of work and no pay. Or the residency is not paid for. Residency does not count as work. You know, sort of slavery and stuff like that. I can assure you, it's not easy, but we are determined that we're going to make it better. So hang in there. I know probably nowadays med school is not as tough as it was before, but you're going to make it. If you made it there, you're going to make it. So hang in there. If you also want to join, people might discourage you, tell you all sorts of things. You might hear negative stories. But if you have the passion for medicine, hang in there. The other thing, for those who are in school, make sure you get that degree. The beauty of medicine, I've talked to so many different types of doctors, and the beauty is that degree is invaluable. Dr. like Daktari here, Dr. Jackie, she's doing something very unique with her degree.
Na hizi si stories za jaba. Like it's evidence-based medicine. It's documented research.
There's a specialty in medicine called integrative medicine specifically.
Yes. You get to the root cause of what is actually disturbing someone. Nilipata job, it was in a wellness clinic. And remember I told you I used to be sick. Nilikuwa na hiyo chronic gastritis. Ile watu wanaitanga ulcers. Nilikuwa nashangaa nikiwa daktari surely nitaishi hivi for the rest of my life. Ati namezanga hiyo omeprazole daily. Ati skuli vitu tamtamu huku nje. Ati hata ile kitu kukata maji is a done deal. So hiyo nimekonda, watu wameanza kudhani niko na magonjwa zingine. Ilikuwa inanisumbua because I'm a doctor and I don't have a solution. So when I got this job, the interview was more like telling my story. That's what impressed them. I was like, okay. Because I will be more in touch with the patients. Nikapata job. The doctor I met there, Shanal Shah, she's an integrative medicine practitioner. She helped me heal the physical health. Within 2 years, I was able to recover, you know, from eating rice, chicken, and cabbage to I could stomach, you know, beef, maragwe. It was bad. Sikuwa nakula. Nikaanza kugain weight. Nilikuwa 45 kgs. Nikaanza kugain weight. And remember, I used to have joint pain. Zikaanza kupotea pole pole. Zinaanza exactly. I had to stop them. Once in a while, ukipata a flare up, I used to take, but then it wasn't like an everyday kind of thing. Yeah. So in the process of being in that wellness space, she inspired me. Like I was like, wait, you mean hizi vitu zi uponwa?
Yeah, but tell us how.
So your care is holistic, all-rounded.
Somebody else will be doing something very unique. As in, the degree will open for you doors. Doesn't mean that if you're studying medicine, then you have to see the sick patients. I mean, the MBCHB degree, you can work anywhere and you can do almost everything. So hang in there, get it, you won't regret it. To the young doctors who are already doctors like myself, join the struggle. Msijiweke kando. Don't say that politics is not for you or policy is not for you. Join the struggle. Make sure your voice is heard. Now we have social media. You can type, you can write, you can put up a camera and record yourself and say something. You never know what will change.
Daktari, a quick one. So, nurses at the Kenyatta National Hospital have down their tools, so services at KNH paralyzed, effective immediately. Nurses are the most important organs in the hospital. I mean, no nurses, no one is getting any medication, no one is getting discharged, no one is getting admitted. I mean, it's nurses. No one is going to theater. No one is doing like the hospital is paralyzed, like done until these guys go back to work. But here's my issue with these strikes. Number one, the union leader has been doing politics hadi akalia, sijui akafanya nini. Sasa ndio amerealize, ala, I was a union leader, he's now back. Some people are even saying he's just looking for his lost campaign money. Ameamua wacha nitishe niitwe kando, nipewe yangu, nisonge kando. Watu warudi kazi. What I think needs to happen is a complete overhaul of this system. This issue of sijui nurse ni wa KNH, sijui nurse ni wa Bungoma County, sijui nurse ni wa Wajir County. A nurse should just be a national asset. A doctor should just be a national asset. Employed by the national government. Centralized employment. Such that the benefits that a nurse in KNH is getting are the same benefits that a nurse in Coast General is getting. We need to change the system, because I can tell you for a fact that this strike is going to be over. Nurses are going to go back to work without any significant change. You wanasema statutory reductions or nini, those things, there will be a return to work formula that will be signed. That will be neither here nor there, because these strikes, I mean, if strikes were working, we wouldn't be having them every now and then. If these so-called return to work formulas were anything to go by, we wouldn't be needing so many of them. Even, I don't know. The system is designed that the union leaders always have a bargaining power, which is, healthcare workers. They can always use to get maybe what they want, political mileage, blah, blah, blah. I don't agree. I think we need an overhaul. The system needs to be changed from the top. Can we have a centralized employer? Can we have a health service commission that decides how much a nurse is paid, that decides what kind of insurance cover a nurse gets or a doctor gets? Let it all be centralized. We will not have this. Let's have clear progression paths. Tuseme, okay, ukimaliza nursing yako unafanya internship, unaenda hapa, and that is clear. You're a degree nurse, you're a diploma nurse, this is how you progress. Let that be clear from a central point. Lakini sasa county government of Kakamega have advertised for nurses. They've not said they want degree nurses, they don't say they want diploma nurses, they've not said which level of nurses they want. They've just advertised. But a nurse with 10-year experience and a compatible and a nurse with 1-year experience. They're all in that group. And it's a mess. It's a mess. We need to fix our healthcare. And it's not going to be fixed with marching on the streets. It's not too much, and we have to demand for rights when negotiations have failed. But in this case, have we really tried to fix the system? We need to fix the system. We need to fix the system, and the system cannot be fixed by these old folks who are on PNP. By the way, watu waliemployiwa PNP kitambo sana. Kitambo. Sasa hata nyinyi mkiwaambia nyinyi hamjui hizi vitu zinaendelea, they have no idea. We need to fix the system, and it is you young people that are going to fix the system. So don't shy away from leadership. Don't shy away from these boardrooms. Don't shy away from those elections. It is you that knows where the shoe pinches. Naonanga okay. Daktari ya kwa nimeachia hapa, nimechoka, the video is getting long. But yeah, nurses demand for your rights, but striking, and the union leaders at the negotiation table. We need to walk away from that.
Change. Don't struggle alone. There are guys who commit suicide out here in the profession because of frustrations. Don't go that route. There's always someone you can talk to. We've been there. We've been through. No, regardless of what it is you're going through, somebody else has gone through it. And we have a space here, especially at DAQO. We have a space. Kujaongea. Watu wanaongeanga. Ukiongea mazee inakutoka. So don't struggle alone. We have your voice. That Daktari will always be there for any type of medic. ukitaka hata kuja tulie, mimi nitakusaidia kulia. I don't know the last time I cried, but if you cry, I will cry with you. So come, let's talk. Don't fugia, don't kanyagia. We are here for each other. And let's tupendane as medics.
Beautifully said. So, Dr. Festo, today we discovered that behind the storyteller is a story that's powerful. Thank you so much for trusting us with it and for actually telling us even those intricate details. I feel like things in there in between that were censored and not said. I would love to hear your mom's side of the story and your grandmother's side of the story, how they felt. Because I'm just imagining as a man, my son, gonga to ameingia med school. He's doing it. It's not just imagining the joy and the confidence. Unajua kama wamama unavanga nini unasema tu my son, my daughter this, my son this. You're so proud of them. Just imagine the kind of pride that they had from you. Na bado hiyo sasa ukisha graduate surgeon, awe kuisha wewe bash. Wanafaa wamsheba. I'm sure your mom is probably thinking about it or something, but it was an honor to have you today.
Thank you.
You've spoken to a doctor, a young man, because men are also struggling a lot out here with a lot of mental health problems and, difficulty just trying to move forward. There's a lot of financial crisis. We are going through a war, whether we're not in the middle of the war, but we are in the middle of the war in other ways. Like, there's a lot that is happening within and without the country, in our pockets, in our houses, in our individual spaces. So I'm sure you have touched the heart of someone somewhere. If you want to find the stories that Dr. Festus Nyadimu usually interviews, please check out all his social media platforms. It's called Daktari, a quick one, which is DAQO. You can find him majorly on TikTok, Doc, and YouTube.
Majorly on YouTube, and TikTok is for people with short attention spans. Nakanga pale the short clips, but the full videos are on YouTube and Spotify. Yeah, if you can listen as you drive, they're very interesting stories. I mean, doctors have stories to tell, medics have stories to tell. We have stories from nurses, dentists. They're interesting. Hata saizi, the latest ones, we were talking about politics and policy. So yeah, go check them out. They are very inspiring stories.
Thank you so much, Doc.
Amazing. Thanks you for having me. I like what you're doing. Keep it up. I will start learning how to play chess so that I can come play chess and tell you more stories. I have lots of stories. Nasikia hata nitakwambia siku ingine.
Kuna tuvitu huko
Stories
katikati.
ziko.
Hujasema.
Hapo hata hatuja scratch the surface. Hii tulikuwa tunasema tu ya data.
Thank you, Dr. Nyadimu, for having Dr. Jackie on her first podcast ever. She was very excited. Very, very, very.
I think it's okay.
Fifth floor on the same building.
There was a bit of nervousness in between. Like, I noticed at some point, even my hand was having like a hand tremor. I don't even know for my tonic.
Na uko sawa. Really?
But
Umeongea vizuri mzee.
okay. As long as umeelewa vitu nilikuwa nasema, but I was having a bit of like a hand tremor.
Do you have to remain? Do you have
And then I
to
think because
have
of the
food
length,
for-
I started getting a bit
Yeah.
like almost.
Okay,
I'm like,
that's-
yes, that was happening. Wooziness.
Hebu ndio unajua nilikuwa na shoot podcast sasa ndio kama weather was to come.
Yeah.
Ako ready.
But yeah, the host of course. The not a host, it removes the nervousness. And you look on a feel like ukianza anakuchapisha story to the point where you just that anxiety inashuka. Because when I was starting, nilikuwa nasema butterflies uko ndani. Unaweza chapa story ujipate reveal some interest. Unajikaa tu kwa like hapana hiyo sasa.
Kidogo unasikia umesema.
Kugugu. Kidogo unasikia umesema. Yeah, but it's fun. It's really fun.
And she has always been grateful to you. Keep up the good work. and you're an unsung hero. Happy Doctor's Day. That was yesterday.
Thank you.
Doctor's Day to you. You are
Imagine hakuna mtu ameniwish bwana. Wewe ndio wa kwanza.
Hata watu wako wanajua ni
Watu wa
Dr.
watu
Day.
appreciate.
yes. So
Imagine.
yes.
That's why we have the DAQO Awards. Hii ndio role sasa. Lazima to appreciate each other. Anyway, thanks guys for having me. Jackie, I'm proud that I was an inspiration and you're doing good.
Thank you so much for joining us at the Case Wellness Center podcast, where we look at things from a holistic approach as we get to the root cause of all issues. We were honored today to have Dr. Festus Nyadimu, who is a rising storyteller, the founder of Daktari, a quick one, and an upcoming surgeon at hand. We are grateful for always watching us. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening.